Okay. Hello, everyone. Let me just double check my sound. It said everything was okay. So I should be all right. That just worries me when I go live, thinking everything's cool, and then I'm not quite sure. And I'm like, ugh. Okay. So sorry about that. Okay. That just worries me when I go live. Okay, perfect. I have the sound. What's going on, everybody? Valerie Walton at valeriewalton.com, coming to you live from the suburbs of Washington, D.C. And I am really excited, Profitpreneur, to talk to you today as your coach, right? I'm your online business coach, and I'm actually a certified online business coach and trainer. And so it's really fun to be able to hang out with you and show you a few quick free tips to get started with your business. So, one of the main questions that a lot of people in network marketing or just home business in general have is well, there's several things. One of them is, how do I get started? What exactly should I be focused on? Which I talked about earlier on in the week and the week before. And then also the question of, what should I be doing on a daily basis for real, really, right? What should I actually, the practical steps that I should be doing every day on social media in order to generate leads, right? Because lead generation is very important. And then also to close the sales. So I don't know if I'm going to have time to go too deep into the sales part. I may have to come back and do that one, but I definitely want to talk about setting up a daily method of operation for you, a daily mode of operation, right? Also known as DMO. Now, all this is just your daily routine when it comes to growing your business. Now, yesterday I talked about, creating a schedule so that maybe not minute by minute exactly what you're doing, but you at least know the things that you want to get done throughout your day and the block of time in the day that you want to use for that. All right. So, like I said, for those of you that are a little bit more free spirited and you don't like a super structured schedule, that really will help you out from yesterday. So, make sure you go back and watch that video. Also, make sure that if you haven't done so already, that you go right there to valeriewalton.com. I do my nails, child. I gotta get ready. But go to valeriewalton.com and get on my newsletter so that you can get even more exclusive access to tips, training, and you're always the first to hear some of the biggest announcements to help you to grow your business. So make sure you get on there. Okay. So now, with this, let me dive into a sample DMO that I love to actually use with a lot of my coaching clients. Okay. And then we kind of build off of this. So let me move this over. And we're jumping into Trello today. Okay, cool. And I'm only showing you like the template, but today we're going to go over some ways that you can customize this more towards yourself and the type of business that you're building. And now, like I said, in this video, I'm focusing on network marketers, but even if you're not in network marketing or affiliate marketing, you can still apply this. If you create your own courses, if you're a coach just like me, these are things that will also be able to help you. All right, so let's share the screen. Boom. All right, cool. So here we are. I'm on Trello. I have a free account with Trello. This is not paid, but I like to use this for so many things. Now, you may have seen in a previous video my own personal weekly planner, right? I created a whole digital planner, so not just the DMO, but like I said, today we're just going to look at the DMO. Oh, I didn't know that's how it makes me look. They just put me over to the side. Okay, cool. I didn't know. Anyway, I thought you couldn't see me. I hope I haven't been all in my eyes picking stuff in my nose. Okay, so anyway, as you'll see, this is a sample DMO that I have for folks. And I created some labels here. Now, this is simple to do. I just go over into Canva and create a simple label. And again, I can show you how to do that in another video, but it's fairly simple. You just go to Canva, select the size that you want, and create whatever you want, whether it's text or text with pictures or whatever. Okay. So I put these labels here to help me keep track of everything that I'm trying to do. So this one is just reminding me that this is my DMO list here. Okay, the things that I'm going to do each day. But this one actually has text inside, and these are my goals. I highly recommend that you set your goals for the month. I would say anywhere between 1 and 3 goals. I personally prefer three goals for the month. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. Right? So that this way, each and every day that you work on your daily mode of operation, daily method of operation, that it's reminding you, oh yeah, everything that I do or don't do is either taking me towards my goal or holding myself back from it. It is my responsibility. This is up to me, okay, to make things happen. I cannot sit around and wait for someone. I can't even depend on my own emotions, right? I have to move forward. So you'll put your top goals for the month like this, right? You'll have goal number 1 here, goal number 2, goal number 3. And the way that I did this was by simply coming over to the side and selecting checklist. I named the checklist top 3 goals for the month. And then within the checklist, you can write down what they are. So for example, let's say you want 10 sales for your offer this month. You want to close 10 sales this month. So that would average you about 2 to 3 sales each week, which is not really that hard to do once you get your groove going, right? Especially if you've been working with me, because this is all about being a profitpreneur. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Maybe your goal is to make an extra $500 a month, right? Or make $500 more this month than you did last month, something like that. And maybe you have a goal to add 2 to 3 new people a day to your friends list from groups, something like that. But do you have to have them? Do you have to have your goals be these? No. Really pause for a moment and think about, what do I want? Not what do I think I can get, but what do I actually want? No matter how big or small, no matter what other people perceive that to be, whether they think it's a good goal or not, it has nothing to do with other people and their opinions. And it also has nothing to do with the limits I place on my own self. What do I actually desire deep down that I want to do this month? Too many people set their goals based on not what they want, but what they think they can get. And I'm telling you, that's a huge mistake. Okay? So you don't want to do that to yourself. And I picked up on this quote. Hold on. That what you expect is what you attract. And I can't remember who I heard say that. I wish I'd have written that down. But what you expect is what you attract. And what you'll start to notice building your home business is that the word attract is going to pop up quite often as you start to develop more success, right? And head it down that path of actually reaching your goals, because you'll be using attraction marketing, right? You're going to be using law of attraction, which is simply ask, believe, and receive, which is a biblical principle, right? So the more that you start to do this, you got to think about, well, if I ask, believe, and receive, the ask part should be easy, but for a lot of us, it's not, because we don't believe we can get it. And this is why I'm reminding you, don't just write down what you think you can get. See, some people are like, I really want to hit, I want to make $1,000 this month, an extra $1,000, but I don't know, we're already halfway through the month. So let me just put down half of that and put down 5. You know what? I maybe I should just start with 2. Let me be realistic. And that is not being realistic. That's being scared. You get what I'm saying? So put down what you actually want. And then we can start to create motivation, inspiration around keeping the fire burning, the passion going for you to do the things necessary to hit that goal. Is it possible for somebody to earn $1,000 in the next 2 months and hit that $1,000 goal by the 30th? Heck yes. It's possible for you to earn that $1,000 in one day. But see, if you don't believe that's going to happen, it won't. Because what you expect is what you attract. You see? All right, so that's the goals there. Now, the next section is your daily tracker. And because there's several lists of things, I put them below the label. So there's nothing really in here. They're all below. So here's just some simple things that do not take a whole lot of time that you can do online, on social media every day to continue to build your audience. Building your audience and building your list are important for a long-term, stable business building strategy that brings you profits. If you focus on doing this, you will grow your audience. You will grow your audience in terms of your friends list. You will grow your audience in terms of viewership on your posts and videos. You will grow your audience in terms of the amount of people that you add to your own group, if that's a part of your strategy to create one. And best of all, you will grow your list. Your list is the typically your email list or a telephone contact list, but it's specifically a contact list, a list of people whose contact information you have. That list full of very valuable information. Every successful business understands that their list is their biggest asset. Not only is that list of contact information important, but also the relationship you have with each and every contact on that list. Think about it. You cannot get around the fact that the long-term successful companies focus on customer relationship. They want to keep their customers happy. They can't do it if they don't even know their customers. So they take the time to learn. Okay, so that's going to be really important. And this is why these are some of the types of things that I teach my clients. So things like this: heart, follow, and comment 5 people on Facebook. Just 5, right? And I just wanted to show you, as you go through it, you'll check it off, right? And you'll get 20% done, and then more done, more done, more done. And when you've done all of it, ta-da, it lights up in green, makes you feel good. You got something done, right? So that's how that works. Now, again, all I did was go over to the right, select a checklist, and then I gave it a title. And then I just put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because I'm focusing on 5 people. Okay. So as you can see, I've got a checklist for the hearts, 1 for the follows, and then I would do the same thing again for the comments. Right. And then we're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Done. You see that? So now I've got all of my checklists. Now, why am I doing this? Well, this is a little something we call juicing in my circle. And we call it that because before you get out and you start putting out posts, you need to wake Facebook up. You need to wake Facebook up and say, hello, hello, hello. I'm active today. I'm beginning my activity. The more you do this, right, the more often you are active on Facebook, and the more active you start to become slowly, gradually, right, the more Facebook will understand what you're trying to do with their platform. And then they will start to help you. I hear so many people talk about their worry, their concern, their fear around the Facebook algorithm. You don't have to get all techie and overthink all of this type of stuff. The algorithm is simply a tool And so many people think that you have to bow down to the algorithm. No, the algorithm will bow down to you if you simply use Facebook for what it's for. I hear people talking about, and I even say it myself, Facebook's changing all the time. It's crazy. That's true. But as long as you continue to use social media platforms for what they're for, getting social, they will reward you. They will bring you things that will be in your favor. So, for example, on Facebook, where we have friend requests, friend requests and also friend suggestions. When you look at that, when you first start off on Facebook, it's all kind of randoms. You're like, who this person, who that person, why did Facebook suggest this person as a friend? That's crazy. Well, it's because in the very beginning of you having your profile, or even if you've had your profile for years and years, but you haven't used it very much, you haven't given Facebook any data to go on. You haven't given Facebook any information as to what you want to use Facebook for and what kinds of people you want to hang out with. And so since they don't know, they'll just throw you anybody. And they'll typically throw you people, right? They will throw you a suggestion based on similarities that you have between that person. So if you're not using your profile very often and you just on there randomly, one day you talking about, your food, your dinner and taking a picture, and the next day you sharing a meme, they're like, I don't know what you're doing. You do something different all the time. Well, they're going to start suggesting friends to you that are the same way. And the same goes for how you treat people online when it comes to your business. If you are out here spamming people, guess what? Facebook is going to give you friends that spam because they're like, you guys are doing the same kinds of activities. Suggest it. And they're going to put you together. Same thing for friend requests, because you're also going to show up in somebody suggested and they may just send you a request. Okay. So I can teach you more about that kind of stuff in another training, or if you are a part of my Profitpreneur program. And again, if you want to know more about that kind of stuff, you'll need to head over to ValerieWalton.com and get on my newsletter for that. Okay. So now this is, like I said, this is activity that you're going to do before you even post. And the reason why you want to do it before you post is because Facebook pays attention to all of this stuff. When they see, oh, Val's up, Val's active, she is interacting with people, we're going to start to show her profile, her posts to more people, and especially the people she's friends with that she's interacting with. So please do not make this mistake of asking people in your company to friend you or to comment on your stuff, because you're going to confuse the algorithm. You're going to mess this up. And the reason why I'm saying that is because if there are people already in your business, already on your team, and you tell them, can you please support my post? Go over to my post and like it and comment on it, please, so it boosts it up. All it's going to do is boost it up for them. They're going to start to see your posts more often. Now, how does that help you get leads and sales for your business? How does that help you attract fresh, new people who don't know about the business, but are interested in a solution that your business fits? It doesn't. Right? So this is why I never do that. And I recommend that you don't either. Earn your comments, earn your follows, but we haven't even gotten to that part yet. Okay. And in order to get to that part, you start, right? You get out here and go heart, follow, and comment people that fit your target audience, not doing these steps just to be doing them, just to say, oh, I checked off all 5. Look, it's green. Do it with intention. Do it because these are folks that fit your target audience. You actually like what they have to say, and you go and you heart it. And I probably should have put hearts and comments together, because typically you can do the heart and the comment with the same person. right? And even if you wanted to go back and actually write the person's name, right? If you're more of a green personality or you just like to stay more organized that way, then you could do that. But I just did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 just as an example for you. Okay. But can I move it? Oh, cool. I can. Right. So I can heart and comment. And again, when I go to comment, right? So let's say I'm just getting started for the day. Okay. Let me clear this off. All right. Let's say I'm just getting started for the day. Everything's at 0%. And I go out and I'm like, cool. Let me go and interact with some folks and get social on social media. So I open up my Facebook app and I go and look for some people online who may or may not be friends of mine already. That part doesn't matter. What matters is thinking about, does this friend fit my target audience? And we've talked volumes on target audience. But if you still need help with that, even after you've gone back and referred to my video, again, get on my newsletter. And once you're on there, send a reply back to the email I send you, because I'm going to send you a welcome email. And let me know, hey, I'd love a little help with this. Could you help me out? And I'd be happy to do that. Okay. So anyway, I'm looking for folks. I'm looking to make sure they fit my target audience, right? So again, using that example of if I were in a weight loss company and my target audience isn't just everybody who wants to lose weight, but my target audience is new moms who are looking to go back to their pre-baby weight. So I'm going to look around and make sure that this person I'm about to comment on fits that. Okay. So I'll see that they posted something. I'll go and heart it. I don't really like the thumbs up. They feel so impersonal these days to me. So I do hearts. So check that person off. And then as soon as I heart it, I go and I comment. And I'm not just going to say, oh, great post or great picture or cute baby. No. Comment section is to engage in conversation. So I'm going to take a look at what it is about this post that made me want to heart it, what it is that made me want to say something. And then I'm going to say that, right? So let's say this new mom has a picture of, her new baby, and she's just like, oh, I'm so excited. Well, I could get on and I could say something more like, oh my gosh, you two look adorable together. What are some of the things that take some getting used to with being a new mom for you? Smiley face emoji. See, that is an engaging comment. And those are the types of comments that you want to put out because you want replies to your comments, right? Every post should be an invitation to a conversation, even if you didn't post it. So invite people into a conversation with you. Invite people into, that world of conversation and engagement and interaction, right? You're there to be social. We're on social media. And I do not want to hear the excuse of, I'm not a very social person. I'm antisocial. Okay, why do you have a Facebook account in the first place? Why are you on social media and you ain't social? Right? Why do you have a business where you need to develop friendships and you don't want to talk to anyone? Oh, wait, because you heard that you could just go and automate everything and treat people like robots and treat your business like it's a robot and just plug and play. Yeah, no. Doesn't work like that. Not if you want long-term, stable profitability. Okay. Now, if you're trying to do some little fly-by-night, get rich quick and don't care about other people and don't care about your reputation, sure, go for whatever else. But this requires a little bit of work. It's a skill. And the more you practice it, the better you get. Think about it. If you're out here doing this every day of the week, that's 365 days, 365 times that you've practiced this in a year. You don't think you're going to get any better on your 365th time than you were at the first time? Come on. Right? Sometimes we get better at stuff by accident, like worrying, right? Some of us do it so much. We do it every day and we get so good at it. It just comes natural to us. We make it look so easy. So stop. Because just as much as you could focus on being worried or concerned about something or complain about something, you could flip that over and you could do it with things that are more positive and more serving to you. Okay. So anyway, I would find 5 people that I'm either already friends with or maybe I'm not, right? You can always scroll through your feed and come across folks that you haven't met yet. I mean, you haven't befriended yet. And you do the heart and the comment. Then anybody that you are not friends with, see if they have their follow button on and see if you can follow 5 people. Now, if you've never followed people before, 5 should be a good number that does not trigger Facebook to think that you're a bot, especially if you've already done the check, the heart and the comment part already, because you're not going to copy and paste a comment. You're not going to say the exact same thing to everyone. And so since Facebook will see, oh, you manually wrote this comment, this is actually you, now you can go and follow people. And all you're going to do is see if they have their follow button on and then click it. So, for example, let me see if I can go to Facebook. Hopefully there's no messages up. Child, do y'all remember that time? Oh, I had a little naughty message. Me and my husband were talking, child. I forgot to close it. I was live. That was crazy. You can't find it now. I blurred it out. But but it was crazy. Okay, so anyway, if I were to follow, I just wanted to show you. I think I can do it with my own profile if I'm not mistaken. View as, that's what I need. Okay, so notice right here, it's grayed out, but it says follow. The only reason why it's grayed out in this case is because it's me looking at my profile. I can't follow myself. Okay. But if you were to visit my profile right now, you would probably, and you were on desktop, it would probably look like this to you. Notice they made some changes yet again. Here we go, Facebook, because the bio used to be right here, right up under the picture. And now the bio is right here in the intro section. But whatever, it's still up at the top, so I don't care. Okay. But notice that in order to find people's follow buttons, it's not here anymore. It used to be here along with add friend or message. You need to click on these 3 dots. When you click it, follows the first thing you see. Okay. So that's how you would start following people. And just do that with 5 folks. Now, if you're noticing that the people you're seeing in the news feed are all friends of yours, and you're looking for people that are not friends of yours to follow, of course, then start going into those 2 to 3 groups that we've talked about a few weeks back and go look in there for some folks that you really admire or that you really feel like you resonate with, and go follow them. What's great about following people is that they'll get a notification that you follow them. And 9 times out of 10, they'll go and check out your profile because they're like, I don't know who this is. Name sounds familiar. Let me go check them out. And they do. And this is why it's important before you do any of this, before you're doing a daily routine, we had to do the setup work first, which I've also talked about before. Setting up the profile, getting all that right, using our profile profits cheat sheet that you should have a copy of. And if you don't, you definitely need to reach out to me and I'll get it to you for free. But those things need to be set up, put in place first, so that when you go out and you do these activities, it gives you the best benefit possible. Okay. So that's where you'll do your follows. Okay. When you first start off doing follows, it might take you some time. And so this is why I don't want you to focus too much on the number when you're just getting started doing this. I would say your first week or 2, instead of focusing so much on the number, focus on your time. I want to help you get into a mode of and a mindset of just working an hour or 2 a day, an hour or 2 per day, right? Creating time freedom. That's what we're trying to do, right? So if that's the case, then set a timer. I would go over to Google. I would create a timer for however many minutes that I give myself for each activity. So let's say I'm going to give myself 10 minutes or even 20 minutes, right, to follow folks. The timer is on. When it goes off, it makes this nice loud sound and it's already on your computer. So now that this is going, oh, Lord, I done wasted 7 seconds, child. Let me get over here. And now I'm going to go and I'm going to start following people. If the timer goes off and I haven't reached the 5 people, that's okay. Again, I am training my brain to get as much done in a specific time frame as possible. And I'm focused on that more so than the amount of people. And one of the reasons why that's important is because the amount, the quantity is not what's the most important. It's the quality that's most important. You can go out here and you can go talk to 100 people in a day. And that might make you want to puff up your chest and feel good about yourself that you talk to 100 people. But who gives a flying fig if you got no leads and no sales, no meaningful conversations out of any of those 100 people, because you went and bugged the hell out of them and spammed them and created awkward ambiances, and it was just very uncomfortable for everybody involved. So then what does 100 people really mean then? Versus if you just went and talked to 2 people today, but you had great conversations to the point that they actually wanted to check out your stuff and they were asking you for more. And then one of them even bought something that day. See, I'd much rather get 1 sale a day talking to 2 people than talking to 100 people the wrong way, approaching them the wrong way, and I get nothing out of it. See, that's wasting my time. It's wasting my energy, and I'm losing money all at the same time, child. Ain't nobody trying to do that. Okay. So please focus on the amount of time more so than the amount of people. Okay. Because that's what will help you start creating the time freedom. All right. So let me close this timer before it actually goes off. Okay. And we'll come back to this. So you'll do that first. Now, how much time do you really think it's going to take you to go and click the heart as a reaction? How much time do you really think it's going to take you to look at somebody's post? Because you're more than likely going to be looking at the homepage, right? And you'll be looking through people's looking through your news feed, which more than likely shows friends more than anything else, right? So you'll be looking through posts. Hey, Kathy, what's going on? Great to see you. Now look, I see Kathy, and instead of like, I'm gonna pick love because I love her. You see how easy that is? This is what you do. How long did it take me to do that? Now I just need to repeat it 4 more times. So I'm gonna keep scrolling. Right? Well, I'm gonna make the comment. If this were Kathy's post instead of mine, right? I would have loved what she said, right up here. I would have loved this, and then I would have gone and I would have written a comment, blah, 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 right? So that is what you do. And I've already given an example as to what exactly it is that you'd write. Okay. So you love it, comment it, keep moving. This should not take you all day. It'll take you about a minute or 2 at the most per person. And you're doing 5 people. That's 10 minutes tops. 10 minutes tops to do this. Okay. So let's even write that down. To do both of these tasks takes you 10 minutes at the most, right? So I'd even look at this. Because if you really want to get like real about it, I could say this takes less than 5 minutes to do, right? This task, I'd say less than a minute. Well, let's say 1 to 2 minutes, because sometimes you really want to think about what you want to say. Okay. But it shouldn't be any more than that. This definitely takes less than 5 minutes. It takes less than 1 minute to go click the heart, right? Oops, sorry about that. So we got that. And then we got your the follows. And again, the follows might be the one that takes the most time if you're brand new. So with the follows, Again, try to find the most efficient, fastest way to do that. I would probably go straight into a group that I'm a part of and start looking for 5 people within that group, because it's easier because it's a group. So, who knows? Maybe that could take 10 minutes for you to do. And so start off giving yourself 10 minutes and what that see what that ends up doing for you. Start with 10 minutes, see if you actually completed 5. If so, great. Now you know to always set your timer for 10 minutes. Okay? If the 10 minutes went by, you didn't get everybody, that's cool. Come back, try it again. If you still didn't, how long did it take you each day? You probably want to up your time to that. Or you want to get faster. It depends on how much time you want to spend on these tasks. So this is a total. We got 10 minutes, 10 minutes, less than a minute for this. I would actually include these together. So up to 20 minutes to complete. Done. So that's just a reminder for me. Okay, so you do that, and then we move on. So now we can have fun with our posting. So the next thing that I want to do is go to, do I want to go to Facebook stories? Yeah, why not? Well, you know what? Actually, no. Hold on. I'm going to show you why. Let me move social media up for a second. So I'm going to click social media next. This is the next thing. Okay. Now it's time to post. Now I've got 2 posts. Do you have to post twice a day? No, you could do 1 to 2. I wouldn't really say that you need to do any more than 2, especially if you're focused on Facebook right now, which I highly recommend. And if you don't know why, I've got a video on that. But yeah, you're going to do 2 posts today. You're not going to do them back to back. Okay. And then you'll engage with your list. More than likely, it will be your email list since you've already done a post on social media. And just so I don't confuse anybody, let me take this Instagram part out. That was for another client that I had. Okay. And then your follow-ups that you need to focus on for the day, and then even posting on your Facebook custom feed, which we'll talk about a little later. So throughout the day, this is what you're going to do. So we'll start here with your first social media post. What are you going to post about? Oh goodness. What are we going to post about? Well, you want to think about, from the end backwards. Okay. So if you know that you want to offer like some special you have going on in your business right now, maybe they're going to have a Thanksgiving special for the entire month of November where people can buy a bundle of your products that isn't normally available any other time. Okay, cool. Now let's think about, what problem do those products solve? Not what are the products, because that's where most people make the mistake. They go on Facebook and say, they go do this, they go do this, they go do this. They say, oh my God, look at these amazing products and this amazing deal. Come get yours today. Don't be a fool and miss these amazing savings. Great for a holiday gift. Right? Ask me how. Right? That kind of foolishness. This is spam. This is a spam post. This gives no value at all. Look at this product. Look at this product. Look at this product. And then the person will put up some kind of product. So I'll just use this to represent their little spammy product for their spammy post. Okay. This looks crazy. And we are told, unfortunately, in most network marketing companies that this is exactly the way to do it. This is social media marketing at its best. Wrong. Do you know what this is? This is when you are out and about, maybe you're running errands, minding your own business. You just want to get in and get out, child. You don't want to be bothered. You ain't got time. You just want to do. Right? You got to run to the bank. You got to go to the grocery store, grab a few staple items, stop at the post office, get back home. Right? So you're moving, you hustling and bustling, trying to get things done. And somebody stops you out of the blue and says, "Hey, how you doing here? I got something for you." And you're like, "Whoa, what do you got for me? Are you some kind of flasher?" Like, I didn't ask for anything. I don't want anything from you. That's what kind of post this is. This is you going to the club. All you wanted to do was hang out with your friends. And the creepy guy that looks like Jerome or Martin comes up to you. "Hey, girl, how you doing it, girl? You looking good today, girl." And you're like, "This is not my type. I didn't invite his attention. I don't know why he's over here, but I wish he would leave me alone and go away." That's what this post is to people. This is Jerome. So don't do them. Okay? Do not do posts like this. And this is why, if I were offering Spam Light, I would think about what problem does spam solve, right? But anyway, we're not talking spam, so let's get out of here with this. But if I were to do a post, then I need to think about the problem. And this is going to be my, oops, I can't spell, y'all. The problem. This is going to be my hook. Oh my gosh, I got my brother in there. No, stop. What am I doing wrong, y'all? There. My problem on my hook is going to be at the top. And of course, I'm going to sprinkle emojis in there, of course, and then I'm going to have the body of my post, which is going to be the content part, right? And what is the content going to be? It's going to be a story I tell people that's related to the problem. Why are we doing this? For relatability. Boom. It is so important for you to be more relatable than anything else. I know it's important to have authority. I know it's important for you to have some credibility. It is important for people to trust you, but people trust those they relate to just as much, if not more, than they relate to authority. Are you following me? Yes, when we see authority, we see somebody in a specific uniform, like a fireman's uniform or something, we instantly have respect for them. We instantly have some trust in them. Yeah, that's true. I see a doctor, got the scrubs on, got a stethoscope around your neck, just like on TV, in a lab coat. Yes. I'm like, oh, that's a doctor. They're really smart. They probably know a whole bunch of stuff. They can help people in a crisis. Blah, blah, blah. Like this image, this mental picture, this mental idea, this connotation behind what you see, right? The symbol of that is very important. And it instantly comes up. But you know what else? It is the relatability. We have this word, this English word called relationship. The people you have relationships with, like your parents or your spouse or your kids, right? Family members, best friends, acquaintances. You trust them more than a stranger. Why? Because you relate to them in some way. That's what creates the relationship. And if you focus on the relationship, if you focus on finding a way that you two can relate to one another, called relatability, this is going to help you to attract people to you that fit this. You're going to attract people to you that can relate to the story, and the story relates to the problem, right? Which means they relate to the problem. And isn't that what you're in business for? To solve the problem? You're just looking for people with the problem. This is how you get them. It's through the content that you're putting out. So again, if you're offering some, again, I'll use my example that I use all the time with weight loss. If I have some kind of weight loss bundle that's available for the holidays only, or available for this month only, or available for this weekend only, then I'm going to start promoting now. But I am not promoting the product like you just saw me do. That's spam. I am promoting me. I'm promoting me. Why am I saying I'm promoting me? And I'm not saying that I'm promoting the problem. Oh, can anybody guess? Okay, we don't have a lot of time left, so I'm gonna just give it to you. But I'm saying I'm promoting me and not the problem, because again, the focus is relatability. Yes, I want them to relate to the story, which also relates to the problem, but that problem relates to me, the problem solver. I want this person to get to know a story about me or about somebody I know, for them to get a better sense of who I am as their go-to problem solver. I am always promoting me. I am not promoting any one product, any one service, or any one solution. If nothing else, I am the solution. So if I were to offer just one solution, the solution is me. And I happen to have ways to facilitate the solution to their problems through my products, through my services, through my business opportunity. Okay, so I want you to let that sink in. I want you to play this back as many times as you need to remember this. This is all about relatability, where one human being can relate to another human being, and we find that common ground, and that causes a connection to be made, an emotional connection that you're going to need in order to make a transaction. It all starts here. Okay, so you're going to put out a post. Now, we're not done though, because now that you've shared a story, the next part is, now that you've shared the story, the next part is the call to action. You're in control. You're in control. You're the business owner. You're in control of the business and what happens in it. Now, what do you want to have happen? You want people to reach out to you. Okay, so you have your problem, which is the hook. It's the one line at the very top of your post that grabs everybody's attention and makes them want to read the rest of your post if they can relate, and have them keep on scrolling if they can't, which saves you time. This filters out all the tire kickers and the people that aren't in your target audience. So be thankful for that one. Okay. And then as you go into your story, a person who can start relating to the problem, the hook, and they start reading the story and they can relate even more as they're going through your story, they're like, oh my gosh, that's me. And then you announce that you have a solution, right? And you can even put that there. I have a solution, and if you like to, or like to, oh, can't say the word comments in the post these days, just put that out there. Right, and then of course I would put the emoji pointing down. Right, so this would be the way I would do a sample of how I would do it. It depends on how I talk about the story. So let me give you an example. So let's say the problem is, so again, with weight loss. Ooh, I know. What's the word I wanted to say? I know this isn't. Mm. Oh, now you see, this is my first line. This is the problem and the hook right here, right? Now I haven't revealed what the actual problem is just yet, right? But this would be my hook because that's going to make them want to keep reading. Okay, so I know this isn't politically correct to say, but I woke up, looked in the mirror, and thought, and I'm just making this stuff up. All right, so this is the problem. This is the story. Let me go back up. This is the problem right here. Oh, I wish I could color code this. This is the problem right here in my hook. This is the story. Now I'm going into the solution because otherwise this is just depressing to read. Yes, we want people to be able to relate to the pain, but we don't want to leave them stuck in pain mode. We want to give them hope. We're solving the problem. So that's the next thing that we're going to go into. And this is me and how I would say this. Something like that. The inside scoop on this. I'm trying to just think of a word I may want to use. Right. And then I'd put a bunch of emojis probably. Right. So now this is all the stuff I said: the problem and hook, the body of your story, the content part, the story that's related to the problem so that people can relate to me, and then the solution. Right. So if you'd like the scoop, drop a me in the thread type of deal, which is I put something similar to that effect in here. Right. And actually, I like this one a little more. That's a stronger call to action. You can do either one or you could do both. It's up to you. From now, I'm going to leave both. So I will take all of this out just so you can get an idea of what the post would look like, could look like, should look like. Okay. Oh, didn't take it out. Here we go. Right. So I have this. Now, when I'm on my computer and I want to add emojis, I like to use the emoji keyboard because I can just grab them easy and quick. So I might grab, where's the one with their hand over the face? Yeah, this one. Oh no, this one. I like this one. Right. I might do the cry emoji here for this. Right. And you'll just start to go and add some things in where needed, where you feel that that would put more emphasis and put more feeling and emotion. Right. That's why you're using an emoji into this. Okay. Can't wait to spell to see added some emojis, yada yada yada. Oh yeah, and then the hands here. Go to hands and arrows. Where's my little pointer? And then I'd put that down here, right? Done. So that's the content. And also notice I'm trying to leave spaces in between because it just makes it easier for people to read. Normally, when folks are on Facebook checking out other people's posts, they're on mobile. And so it just makes it easier for them to read, to have that space and scroll, and they're reading from, top down to bottom, right? So I'll have this, and then I may go and I'll add a photo. So I could add in whatever with a post like this. I'm talking about a secret I came across, but I'm also talking about feeling upset at one point. So I could grab a picture that expresses either one of those emotions. So I don't know why it's not letting me add a picture. Oh, there we go. But let's say I wanted to use something out of here. Maybe might have some pictures in here myself. Or, oh, here's a perfect one. Me looking like I got a secret. So this is perfect for me saying, oh, this isn't politically correct to say. And it's also perfect for me letting people know I've got this new health secret, right? Or new healthy secret, right? And then I could post. Now I'm going to post it so you can see what it looks like, but I'm going to post it for only me because I really do not have a new healthy secret and I don't want that to go to the public. But I do want you to see what it would look like. Okay. So now, boom, here it is. Notice that when you post something, especially if you have one that has a story in it, so you got a lot of lines in your post, it's going to cut it off. And this is why your hook, the thing, the problem, that thing you say to grab people's attention must be at the top and not get cut off. So I wanted to make sure that at least these first 2 lines were going to show up, and they do, and then some. Oh, perfect. See, now that I have them hooked, they can't help but click see more, and they read the rest of my story. Now, for some reason, when I do this on desktop, it doesn't save the spaces I put in, and that's okay. Sometimes I remember to go in and make space by leaving lines in between, again, to make it easier for folks to read. So here's what I mean by that. I'll go in and I will do something like, maybe I'll, oh, what am I doing? I'm messing it up. Oh, because I'm pressing the wrong button. So I might do something like that. And then I'll copy it so I don't have to keep making the lines. This didn't feel like me. Boom. That is until I found the solution. Or I might even, oh no, you can leave it like this. Yeah. Or you could even do this where it's boom, more like that. And then hopefully it leaves all the spaces this time. I'm not sure because desktop acts a little funny. Yeah, it did help a lot. Right? So there you go. And then again, if I were to refresh this, it'll probably go back to how it looks when a person first scrolls. Yeah, do you see that? Woo! All right, so you could do something like that. You could put something like attention and all that and stop your scroll, but these are really quite effective. Okay. Now, we got the post part done for the day. Now, with me talking to you about it, instead of just letting it flow, getting it out and being done, it took a little longer. But even still, it didn't take a whole lot of time for me to write the one post, right? So I wrote my first post for the day. Now, I don't always have to write the post. I could get on and go live. I could have said this instead of taking the time to write it. Okay. So this is my morning post. This will be my evening post. So I don't even need to do this one yet. Then I go and engage with my list. So where do I already have a list of people that they've given me their contact info? They've given me permission to, pop in and say hello and have good conversation. We're actually friends. Where is that? Now, typically that's definitely the email list, because in order for them to get on the email list, they had to have given you their information and permission to use it. But you can even still do this with Facebook. We're over time, so I'm not going to go too deep into that. I'll have to come back and maybe do a part 2 to this. But I'm going to engage with my list by talking with them. So this is where I'm going to possibly, since I already put out a social media post, I've engaged with Facebook. Maybe I'll go and write an email to my email list in this moment. Or I can pick a handful of individuals, maybe 3 people or 5 people, to go and engage with and have a chat with in Messenger. I might do that. So exactly what happens here is up to you, just as long as the intention behind it is to engage, is to either have the conversation, right, or start up the conversation, invite people into a conversation. Then you have your follow-up. So you know what this is. These are folks that you have conversations with, and you didn't get the opportunity or hadn't figured out yet what offer you were going to offer them as a solution. Okay, so you go and you continue conversations, pick up and continue conversations here. I would say you can really, again, starting off, you could do like 5 people. 5 will be the magic number for you to start. And then you can go and post on your Facebook custom feed. Now, this is an optional step. And this is only if you have the time to do this, the energy to do this, you're not easily overwhelmed by every little thing, then fine, you can add this on. Is it absolutely necessary? No, that's why it's optional. Okay. But what you would do is you'd go into where, like, let's say you have your post, let's say the second post you were going to do for the day in the evening, right? Let's fast forward time and say we're in the evening. And I'm going to make my second post the same post that I'm going to do for my custom feed. So I knock out 2 steps at once. So what I would do is I can either write the post here, right? Post number 2 would be written here. And you know how I put only me, right? In theory, that first post I did would have been a public one for everyone to see. As many of my friends as Facebook cares to show it to, as well as anybody else who happens to come across my post, even if we're not friends, the public, because I'm in business. I am marketing my business, which is me, to the public. So I make public posts, but your custom post is based on whatever lists you've already made. So I've made quite a few lists as examples, but let's say you have a prospect list. If you wanted to know how to make that list, I have a video on that. You need to go check it out. But you would simply start creating your posts, pick your picture or GIF, right? One of these, a GIF. And but yeah, pick one or the other, the GIF or a photo. And then you're good to go. Right? So then I'd be like, okay, that was for my custom list. That was for only the people on my friends list that are my target audience that I have marked as actual prospects. These are, well, I shouldn't really call them prospects. I should call them suspects. These are people that have shown interest in what I do and what I'm about. And I'd like to invite them into a conversation to discuss it further. And that's why I'm doing this second post. So my second post and my custom feed post would be the same thing, or vice versa. Maybe first thing in the morning, I wanted to post just to that audience of prospects. Okay. Having a custom feed is also good for those of you that are like, well, you know, my Facebook profile used to be just for like friends and family, but now that I'm in business, they don't understand. I don't want them to see my posts. Okay, separate them from the rest of what you do. And you can actually exclude, like put them all on a friends and family list, right? A family list. And you can exclude your entire family list from all of your posts for business. So you can do that too. Okay. Like I said, I have a video for that. So go check me out on YouTube. That's where a lot of those previous videos are. Okay. So I think I covered all of those, didn't I? All your social media stuff, making sure you engage, make sure you follow. Yeah, I covered all those. Now, Facebook stories is an additional, it's an optional thing that you can do. And again, whoops, I didn't mean to have 6 clips, just 5. And again, this is optional. Now, if you wanted to do stories, do you have to have 6 clips or 6, what I call pages to your story, right? No, you don't have to do that. You just do one. One quick and easy way to use Facebook stories is to go to that post that you just put up. Go to the post you just put up. And if it were public, right? Let me show you a public one. If it were public, you could share it and share it into, where is it? What's it called? Stories. Oh, what? I can share using Business Suite. Oh, child, I'm gonna have to get back to y'all. I gotta go check that out. But more options. I think it's not letting me share on my thing because it's already on there. Do y'all see it? And I'm just not looking. Share on stories. I don't see stories. Yeah, it's probably because it's already been shared in stories for today. I think I did this one too. Oh, no, this is here. So notice this. You can share to your story. Saves you time, saves you effort to just take the story that you just wrote. Take the post that you just created, whether it's a written post or a Facebook Live even, click the share button and click share to story. So if that is something that you want to start making as a part of your daily routine, perfect. Then you wouldn't have 5 clips. You just have 1 a day. And that 1 a day would be the post that you did previously. You would share it onto your stories. Now, the reason why I even have stories in the first place is because stories are the hot topic, the hot tool from Facebook right now. Stories and reels. So make sure that you are utilizing stories. Not only do I like stories because they're the hot new tool for Facebook, but also because I can track who even looks at it. See, I can't do that with my posts. The only thing I know from an actual post is who liked it. And lately, my engagement's been kind of bad. Look, only me and Victoria know anything about Tiger King, man. Y'all got to go watch that Tiger King. I don't care how you feel about him. I'm just saying it's very entertaining. That first season, child, I didn't know we were going to go through all those twists and turns. That was crazy. So now I got to see season 2. It just came out today. As soon as I get off of here, that's where I'm headed. Me and the family, we'll get together. It's crazy. Okay, so I don't want to get into your feelings or the political views or look, none of that. I'm just saying it was very entertaining. So that, again, whether it is a written post, a GIF, a video that you shared, you can share any of that stuff. Facebook Live, all of that. Okay, so there's that. Whoops. Oh, I didn't get to see your comments, you guys. Who's on here with me? Oh, hey, my husband's on. I didn't even know. Hello. Exactly. Yep, so true. Thank you. So love your live. See, notice it says Facebook user. So let me put this up here so y'all can see that. Isn't that nice? Actually, I can't do that right now. Okay, I'll come back. I'll come back. So anyway, you've got all of that stuff, right? Now, if you wanted to actually create stories, some people are going to tell you, oh, you need to go over to Canva and go make a bunch of fancy dancy stories. You do not have to do that right now. You can just put text up there, or you can put a video up there or whatever, and you can do as many or as little clips that you want. I know what you're thinking right now. You're thinking, Val, do you have some training on that? Yes, I do. Okay, I've got my own training, and I also have like a mega training that was done by a friend of mine who is also a marketer and a coach. And again, if you want access to it, you got to let me know so I can get it over to you. Right. And if you're already a part of my newsletter, if you've already joined that, then again, just email me and let me know that that's what you want, and I'll send it. Simple as that. Right. I like to keep it easy peasy. Okay. So you have the stories. Then it's time to do the income producing activities. These activities here, the hearting and the following and the social media, the stories, that is to warm up Facebook, really. That's to get Facebook used to the kinds of activity you do, so they give you better quality people that better fit your target audience. But when it comes to the next set of things I'm giving you, this is your income producing stuff. Because your income is in the influence and impact that you have on folks. Why do I say that? Because it's all about relationships. How can you generate revenue from a relationship that does not exist? If you're not going out here and making new friends every day. And don't give me the, well, I'm just not that kind of person. I don't go out and just make a new friend every day. I don't do that. We're not talking about what you do on a personal level. We're talking about what you do in your business. Your business is public. Your business needs relationships to live. You don't want your business to flatline? You better go make some friends today. And these are friends who fit your target audience. Why do I still call them friends, even though they might end up being customers or team builders? They're friends because you have something in common where you two can relate on an emotional, on a personal level, on a deep level, on a meaningful level. So it goes so much, like you having a customer goes so much deeper than it just being somebody that bought something from you. And the minute that clicks for you, you will never have a problem making money in your business again. Boom. Okay. So we're going to go out and we're going to add 5 new people. Meaning you're going to send them a friend request. So you can go into the people you may know section of Facebook, or if they call it suggested friends or whatever. I think they keep changing. I don't know. But you're going to go into that section. You can take a look. You can go into those 2 or 3 groups and take a look. You can go and just browse around Facebook and do searches and select people, right? So just like how I taught you to do groups, if you go, you can do a search right here. And let's say you're looking for, I mean, I wouldn't recommend this, but just as a quick example, yeah, we're going to leave the page. Now, notice right now I'm looking at all the possibilities, but you can narrow it down to groups, which I've taught you to do, but you can also narrow it down to people and photos. Look at this. So this shows me anybody who somewhere on their profile put something dealing with network marketing, affiliate marketing on their profile. Boom. And so if you're not friends with them, you're going to add them as a friend. But don't be lazy. Don't be lazy and just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, done. Right? Because you want to make sure that this is somebody that you can relate to, that you're actually going to enjoy having a conversation with. We need to go and do that quick checklist of things that I told you to look out for people before you send them a message. Okay. So I would have to look at them, look at those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things that I taught you about. And if they fit, if they check off all 5 of those things that I told you to check off, then I'm going to add them as a friend, as well as send a message with it telling them why I'm sending them a friend request. Okay. And me doing that, me adding the 5 new people and telling them why I'm doing it, that's a part of this one, starting the 5 conversations. Because see, if you send that message as to why you sent them a friend request with this little tip I'm about to show you, they will reply back and you will be able to start a conversation from it. Check it out. So I'll put a sample here. I don't always say it like this, right? But you can check this off along with the adding new people, right? Whether you sent them a request, they sent you a request, right? Because not only can you go through the people you may know section, you could also go through your friend requests and see if you have people and take a look at their profiles before you accept them. Look at those 5 quick things I taught. And as you've accepted 5, then you check off 5. Okay. But when you're talking about you sending a request, send this conversation starter. Hey, and use the person's name. Thanks for accepting my friend request. Now, bam, right at this point right here, I could put the rest of this in a voice message. Right? I can do it at this point here, or I could do it at this point here. That's up to you. Right? But when you're first sending somebody a message and you've never sent them a message before, don't freak them out with just this voice message clip. And they're like, oh God, what do they want? What are they getting ready to say to me? Are they crazy? I don't know. I've never talked to them before. Like, don't put them through that kind of anxiety. Okay. So give them a friendly little line first. Like, hey, now, if you're sending a friend request, obviously they're not going to say thank you. You're not going to say thank you for accepting it. But you could say something like, I don't even think I meant to leave this here. So let's take this out. We'll take this out. You see how I make mistakes and I'm still alive? Boom. This is how you can do this. All right. So you put, hey, name, right? Hey, Kathy, I found you through blank, through the Facebook group for women entrepreneurs that we're in together. And I love that you are so optimistic and inspiring. It really brightens my day. And I wanted to thank you. Maybe I'll do a smiley face or a heart, right? I'd head on over to this emoji keyboard and I'd grab one of those, look at an emotion, Where's the one with the little, oh, I love this one, right? Or even the hug one, right? When you thank somebody or whatever, you could do that. I'm not going to do that right now. But anyway, you have something like this. And then I highly recommend you do this in voice. So you won't need these emojis. But you could say, I also figured I'd send, right? Get on voice. Also figured I'd send a friend request since you seem like such a cool person to connect with and get to know. What is your secret? Right? Or I could say, hey, I saw you on a friend of mine's post. We've got so and so as a friend we have in common. And I love that you are so freaking funny. It really brightens my day, makes me look forward to getting on Facebook. And I just wanted to thank you. So you see how you can play around with this, but what you're going to say depends on what the truth is. Why did this person grab your attention? Why do you like this person to the point that you have selected them out of the other 2.8 billion active users on Facebook to want to talk to today? Why? What's the real reason? Which means you're going to need one. So you see how you can't do these crazy things like just go find any and everybody. Any and everybody's a prospect. So go talk to any and everybody and just say, hey, how you doing? You look like a like-minded individual. What do you do? And you're like, well, if I'm like-minded, you would know what I do. You get that? Like, there's such a disconnect. So this is a much stronger strategy. All right. So I'm going to save this. And then you would say a message like this and repeat. Done. How long will that take you? Don't know. But to just to get those conversations started, I'm thinking anywhere between 15 and 30 minutes. Between 10 and 30 minutes, depending on how fast you move. And again, if you're super brand new, it's okay if it took you 30 minutes. It's okay if it took you an hour. It's also okay if you didn't give yourself that much time and you put on the timer, like I said. And if you put on the timer and you were only able to talk to one person today, that's okay, because it's one more today than you had yesterday. Celebrate that. Okay. So you have that. And then finally, I have my productivity pack. Now, I'm sorry, I can't share this with the general public. You've got to be one of my profitpreneurs to be able to get access to that. Those of you that are in my profitpreneur group checking me out, you probably already have access to this anyway. But the next thing that I like to fuse into my workday is the 5 daily steps to fire your boss DMO. 5 things that you need to do each and every day. Okay. Now, typically I do this before I jump into the actual DMO for the day, but I put it at the bottom because I wanted you guys to see the labels and stuff at the top. All right. Because this deals, well, I can't tell you what it deals with. Just know it's a very powerful DMO. Now, I don't have a boss to fire. But for those of you who are considering, I have a job and I'm building my business on the side and I want my business money, my business income to replace my job income so I can be free, child. I want to be like Val and be able to be on YouTube and Facebook and everything all the time. And, that's pretty much it. If you think about doing something like that, or just wanting to have more time for you to have more options to do what you want, then this is a great DMO for you. And for those of you who are focused on now, I got to get these leads. I got to get leads. I need people who not only show an interest in what I do and what I'm about, but also people who give me their information because they want to learn more. This is a very powerful way to do that. And then finally, I've got a section for content ideas. Okay, so you put something like, oh, these are 3 tips for you to do XYZ. It depends on what you offer. So again, with my weight loss example, right? If I wanted to give 3 tips on how to lose weight without exercise, 3 tips on how to shrink your waist by 2 inches in 2 days, and it's still good for you and the baby, right? So this is good for nursing mothers as well. See, I could say stuff like that as content ideas for somebody in weight loss whose target audience is new moms. Who's your target audience? What are their problems? I want you to write a list of what their problems are right here on your checklist. So if your target audience is network marketers, what are their problems? Network marketers have a problem with leads. They have a problem with sales. They have a problem with talking to prospects. They have a problem with organization. They have a problem with retention, right? Um, they have a problem with, being feeling alone, frustrated, um, no skills. And I could go on and on and on. Guess what? These are all great topics to talk about for content, whether it's a written post, a live, or whatever else I can possibly think of. A Facebook story, anything, child. So now that I've started to make this list, I've just been brainstorming, throwing the ideas out there. Now I can get more specific. How to get 9+ leads a day on Facebook alone in just 1 hour or less. Boom, there's my topic. I got another one I want to do on leads. Okay, cool. Why you can't find them. Boom. And then I can always move it so that everything dealing with leads goes in the same section. I could do something like that. Right? So now I'm creating content ideas for myself. If you give yourself a quiet space, the freedom to breathe and to take the pressure and the weight off yourself, take a deep breath and just think about, what problems did I have in my business? What problems do I have as a network marketer, or did I have when I was first getting started? What are some crazy things that I thought was so hard to do that now I find is a piece of cake? Start writing that stuff down. Let it start to flow out of you. It's easier than you think for content ideas. Now, in addition to just doing that, I have 7 other resources and tools that you can use to generate content ideas. And again, if you're on my newsletter, you're going to start seeing some emails coming your way with all of these types of amazing tips and information. So this is yet another reason for you to go to ValerieWalton.com and get on that newsletter. Okay. So there you go. So there's content ideas. And then there's this one other list here for your CRM, your customer relationship manager, and your prospects. And I think I'll save that for the next day, because we did a whole 90 minutes together hanging out, and it's been an absolute blast. Doesn't even feel like 90 minutes to me. Maybe it did to you. I don't know, but it excites me to be able to talk about business and just grow and stuff. So it's so much fun. All right. So you said titles and first lines take a lot of thinking sometimes. Not if you do what I just showed you to do. See, if you come up with it ahead of time, when you're not putting pressure on yourself to come up with it on the spot, that's something I'm naturally good at. I know that's something about me that has been a gift from God. I'm naturally good at being able to work on my feet, come up with things on the spot, work on my toes. I can do that. If you already know that that's not you, plan. See, and that's the thing. That's the thing. Once we are aware, now we can make a choice about how we're going to fix the problem, right? So I think that's great. You are aware that for you can't just come up with stuff on the spot like I just did. Okay. Carve some time out of your day or out of the week. You don't have to do this step every day. But this is one thing that you'll possibly do once a week or once a month, is have a content creating hour, a content ideas hour. Put your timer on, sit down in a quiet spot. Look, even if I had to turn the lights out and light some candles and put on some aromatherapy to help jog the mind, I would do that. Whatever I need to do to start getting the ideas flowing. We all have a right side of our brain. So we can't even say we're not creative people. You are. Right? So That just means you need time to plan it ahead of time. All right. So that's what you'll do. And you could do it just like I showed you in the Trello board. And listen, if you'd like a copy of that Trello board that you just saw from me, get on my newsletter and I'll be happy to share it with you. Okay. Cool. So hopefully that helps, because that's where this came from. Right. So I just wanted to address that, because I do not want you to object to and resist what I'm teaching you. And believe it or not, and I know this wasn't intentional, but believe it or not, this is resistance to what I just said to do. I said, go out here, go, just what's the problem that you want to solve, right? You know what you want to offer, but why do you want to offer it? What problem is that going to help somebody solve? And then you write that. And then it's like, yeah, but no buts, right? So make sure that you are planning things ahead of time. I've got a lot of training on other ways that you can come up with content ideas. So you don't necessarily, if that sounds too frou-frou for you, there are some other things that you can do, and I teach that. So check out the YouTube channel for that. Or get on the newsletter. And then that's my husband there. Hello. Watching me from YouTube. Always so much fun. And I don't think he's on anymore though. And then, of course, my pal Kathy Joy on. Hello. So good to see you. All right, you guys, thank you so much. And no worries if you missed some, because I'm going to get off so that you can sit down and watch the replay and take a ton of notes over this past 90-minute free coaching session you just got with me. You better be glad I didn't send you that invoice. Dang, what would that invoice be? We got $3.97 per hour. I gotta figure this out, Chair. I don't know. Anyway. Thanks for hanging out with me. Cannot wait to see you back here again tomorrow, live at 5. And just so you guys know, this coming Friday, and also last Friday, I wasn't on at 5. I will not be on at 5 this Friday. So we definitely have to make tomorrow count. If you have any questions or things that you'd like for me to cover, please be sure to let me know so that I can get it done either tomorrow, or I'll have that content ready for you for next week. Okay. Plus next week's a holiday week, so it's going to be a little crazy for that too. So I just want to make sure that I'm able to help you achieve some of your biggest business goals. All right. Thanks again. And I will see you back here tomorrow, live at 5. Bye.